Hello, welcome back. We are on the precipice of war against Thrace. They've just finished off the Macedonians, and I think they're about to attack us. Can't be certain, but literally all of their units and armies are flowing very much to the south, and their next target will be Sparta, which we have only freshly conquered. So I think we're going to get attacked. Annoyingly, they haven't gone west at all, so the Brutii, who are very weakly garrisoned, have kind of got away with one here. But if they do attack us, hopefully the Brutii will at least help us out a bit. But I think they will attack us, and that's going to be very scary because they've got like a doom stack here. Not really a doom stack, but a pretty big stack. A fairly large army here. This army here is massive, nearly completely full. And there's another one just behind it. So if all of these flow to the south, it's going to be tough to defend Sparta. We've only got one very old faction leader here. A number of kind of average units, some of which are quite weakened. The Thracian archers are fortunately still going strong. And I'm going to train some equites so that we can potentially chase them down if they do try to besiege the walls. Elsewhere, just been generally building up, and I've decided I will actually get some Arcani because in the absence of the Marian reforms, these guys are actually the best raw infantry units we can get. Maybe not great value for money, but if you compare them to the Hastati, you've got 7 attack and 14 defense. These have 12 attack and 15 defense. Obviously far fewer actual soldiers per unit, but they've also got 2 hit points, which is going to keep them alive for twice as long. So I feel like we should get a few of those. And also we're going to be attacking Palma. I'm hoping we're not going to encounter a really strong general here, because we're going in with just a captain. We're not sending a general of our own. But I'm hoping that if we can take Palma, I'm not really sure how it works. I probably should have looked this up, but I think maybe if we take Palma, that will take Carthage out of the game. We won't have to deal with these 2 very large armies. Is this the faction leader? No. I fear the faction leader is going to be in Palma, so that might not actually work out, but we're going to give it a go. And I think we're pretty much done for this turn, so let's just see if Thrace does indeed come for an attack. Which is going to kind of change things up quite a bit, because my original plan for the campaign didn't really involve fighting Thrace at all. Ah, they haven't attacked. That is interesting. I was sure they would. But they are massing up. In fact, I'll come back to this adoption thing. Or can I not dismiss it? Can I dismiss it? I think I can. The other Romans have gone to war with Dacia. That seems like a silly choice of timing, because clearly Thrace is massing up for an attack. That's going to be hard to fight off. It does give us one more turn to actually recruit more units. I'm not really sure what we need here, so we've only got 3 or 4 really strong infantry units. Not even really strong. 3 or 4 actual dedicated infantry units. So let's go with Principes. Everyone's already as trained up as they can be. I'm aware that there's a Temple of Nike, which I should demolish at some point for 500 denarii, but 2 extra experience for everything we train here until we do that, so I think we should keep it for now. We've got Plague in Capua again, really? Okay, it's going to be some time before we get the Marian reforms, because Capua has been struck by the plague. Wait, this is Sparta. Capua has been struck by the plague twice now. It needs to get up to 24,000 population before we can build the Imperial Palace, and then I think it's after that that we get the Marian reforms. So we're still kind of going on very suboptimal units here, and we could be for some time. Might have to think about getting ourselves some Triarii if we can upgrade some of these buildings far enough. It's going to be a while. I didn't expect that to happen. It's going to be a long one. But it's okay, because the Marian reforms would also benefit the other Romans, and even though I'm very scared of Thrace, I think in the long term the other Romans are going to be the bigger threat, and we don't want to help them expand if we can avoid it. It's going to take 2 turns to back Sparta up with our other units. So these ships are carrying 3 Principes, and these are carrying 3 Astati and 1 unit of Triarii. So in that case, if they can get there, probably don't need the Principes too badly. I'm pretty tempted by Roman archers, possibly. Pretty terrible unit, but as long as you keep them out of the fight, you can't really lose anything from having them. Lilybium has completed an arena. I am mostly prioritizing public order, as I've mentioned a few times, but I feel like a shipwright is going to be pretty good for income. I think we are reaching a point now where trade income is starting to surpass farming income, so that's a potential option. Now how close can we actually get? What I want to do here is I want to attack Palma before we involve this Carthaginian army, because if we can keep them separate, well, it's only 3 town militia in fact. But here's the faction leader, and he's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. But yeah, we want to keep these forces separate from each other so that we can pick them off one at a time. Even 3 town militia is not going to be massively easy because, well, to be honest, the Equites can probably rout them pretty quickly, but they could still do some damage, and I landed in the worst possible place, didn't I? I'm in the zone of control. We can't actually do too much there. I'm just gonna stay there for 1 turn and see what happens. Marriage celebrations, Placus. 27 years old. So we've got both our faction heir and our faction leader are very old. Quintus is 61. Not expecting him to be alive for too much longer. No point even sending him east. If I could get him to Sparta in time, I would, because I think we need him to try and defend that. Well, we don't need him, but it doesn't really matter if he dies at this point, because he's kind of at the end of his life anyway. I also noticed when I was doing some checks before I started recording that the reason we are constantly being offered adoption candidates is because we have pretty much no family members left. We have few, but actually our general count is pretty low, and we need to bring some back, so we do need to accept a few. Wallbreaker is actually pretty good. I do like that skill. Trait, whatever you want to call it. So even though he looks kind of crappy, and he is pretty crappy, and he's... I mean, 28 is not old, but it's much worse than a 16-year-old. Even though he looks pretty crappy, I think we've got to accept him. Also, Garrison Commander. Does that suggest that he's in Sparta? Because that would actually be a potential game changer. Let's have a look. He is. Okay. So this guy's actually definitely worth having, because I don't think Julianus is going to be with us for too much longer, and we want to have someone in that town, if/when it gets attacked. Otherwise, we've got about 2,000 denarii that we can spread around, so let's have a think about priorities. Number 1 priority is definitely public order. I've kind of made the decision that I want to fill out this place with peasants, even though it's losing us tons of money. Once I'm happy with the public order situation, which I think I will be once the Hippodrome is finished, I'm going to bump up the tax rate, and then I'm going to start building things like the shipwright, which is also, I think, going to help with public order as well, because our current port is Carthaginian, so it'll lower that culture penalty. So hopefully, even though Carthage is losing us tons of money right now, we will soon reach a point where it starts to at least not cost us too much. And I'm going to send this ship back in this direction just in case we do send a few more units. I'm going to keep recruiting Astati, because we might need them. We might not be ready to actually take Palma on yet. Corduba is a large city. It's got a very low population though, so it's potentially going to be easy money with relatively few public order problems. Though they're not too happy right now, it is mostly unrest, and that's going to go down. Culture penalty should slowly disappear over time as we replace some of these. So I feel like if we just get ourselves a shipwright, that's going to replace the Carthaginian port and improve the public order situation a bit. Also, we can now actually... I don't really have the funding to do it, We can retrain the Equites, which was always part of the plan. And then we can actually go and start doing things in Spain. Maybe there's something we should cancel for that. I think we're good to wait one more turn because we're not going to be leaving the city anytime soon. Not until we take Palma, in any case. So we'll leave that for now. And that's pretty much all of our money spent. I'm sending this diplomat up north back to the Seleucids' last town just to see if they can actually hang on to that. I think it would tell me if it was under siege. It's hugely garrisoned. And I think they're going to hang on for now. Presumably they're going to get taken out at some point, but I'd like to see them hang on for a bit because they do tend to get destroyed pretty early, although in this case Macedon has been destroyed even sooner. I think I had a diplomat up here somewhere. Yeah, I did. I want to actually bring this guy down because I want to see if we can negotiate something with Greece. We do have a mission from the Senate to blockade their port, but I wonder if they'd pay us for a ceasefire or something like that. That's a potential option. And Capua, we're just going to have to leave it isolated for now. Quarantine it, and wait for the plague to go away. But this is going to be some very late Marian reforms, definitely. And yeah, as I said, I'm not really planning to expand to the east too much. I think I said that anyway. Even though I would like to finish off the Numidians. We don't really want to be bordering Egypt right now because Thrace is going to be our toughest foe yet, definitely. So let's see what Thrace does. Okay, Carthage has not gone for the attack. Numidia, I think they're bribing us, but yeah, here we go. Thrace has come for an attack. A suitable husband, he's a good commander, he's 31 years old. How old is Titiana? She is hopefully quite old herself, because I don't like accepting these pretty old family members. We have a lot of female family members, so it's going to take a while to find her. Where is she? She's 18. And is that her previous husband, or no, it's her brother. She's only 18, I don't massively want to give her a 31-year-old husband, but I will if I have to, and plus, Thrace is attacking us now. We do still have our faction leader. Still alive for now. But we can't train anything else. I don't think we can retrain either. And yeah, this stack is absolutely huge. Full stack. Can't see what's in it yet. Lots of Folksmen. Folksmen are kind of a problem because I think they get a damage bonus against the Principes. So that's going to be annoying. They shouldn't have anything as bad as the armoured hoplites. I think their best units are probably on a par with hoplites. It should be the phalanx pikemen. So there shouldn't be any like super uber units to worry about with the exception of the generals. But I'm hoping they will actually try and assault us because I do want to use the walls to our advantage, and I'm not sure what to do now because we do have some units potentially coming in to back it up. But there's a second army here that could come in. So many Folksmen. I'm hoping they're at least vulnerable to missile units. I would have thought they are. I think they're good against infantry, maybe not against missile units. But since the only units we're coming in with right now are infantry, that's maybe not such a great thing. What should we do? You want to drop off units here, will that just get them killed? Of our two navies, this is the stronger one. We probably want to keep that alive. I can take an extra turn to get there too. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave a navy next to Sparta, and that way if we do get attacked, the army can retreat onto the ships, and our other navy can go and potentially attack Sparta. Not Sparta. Greece. We're already blockaded by someone else, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing about that, but we'll see how that plays out. Got the Arcani and Thapsus, that's good. We're not making much money, which is not too surprising. Can we go up to a medium tax rate? No, we can't. Maybe next turn. To keep getting the peasants. I really think it's worth doing. Let's have a look. What should we do about Carthage here? Let's go this way and attack that way. Got a few rams. So he still just has the one unit in there, which is... He's actually moved a unit into his garrison. Not his garrison, his non-garrison, his actual standing army. And has left his faction leader isolated in the town. That's interesting. I don't have any units that I would be confident could beat the faction leader. Even 2 units, none of these would do it, so we need to surround it with at least 3 units at a time, so we're going to need to rely on the AI being a bit stupid on that one. Nisana, I don't think anything is high priority here. Large Temple of Neptune doesn't give us the new units that we're slowly building up to. And we're kind of struggling for money again, quite a bit. Back to that point. Previously I've been relying on exterminating settlements to get some of that money back, but we're not exactly attacking anything right now, apart from Palma, which I will exterminate if we can take it. Severina, another female family member. Ulibium has grown. Okay, that's going to have to be a priority. The Imperial Palace. See, everything's growing except Capua, annoyingly. That's going to be a really expensive one. We probably just need to avoid spending money entirely right now. But yeah, once the Hippodrome comes in, I'm going to be building a ship right there, and hopefully we'll start getting some more trade income. What do we think of this guy? I think we need more people, so let's just accept him, but I want to see where he is. Can I see him? He's in Leptis Magna. Okay, that's interesting. Because another thing I was thinking is we do have Flavius the Lewd. Sounds like an interesting character. He's got 4 command stars, and I'm pretty sure he had some other good stuff going for him as well. Military genius, that's something we already know about, but I think there was something else I noticed. More likely to get assassinated. Kind of annoying, but I think that's okay. Morale. +2 morale for all units on the battlefield. That's pretty big. That's something we really want, because another thing that we get with the Marian reforms is the new Roman units should be much more disciplined and have higher morale, but right now we don't have that option. So we want to just beef up our morale as much as possible. Admiral, what's his name? Admiral Lentulus. Let's drop off a few units. I think they can't be attacked without at least involving the Spartan garrison, so that's fine. And because I don't really want to spend any other money, I think I'm going to leave it there. The turn. We're blocked here, but let's just move on, have a look. So something's going on. There's an Egyptian diplomat here. Doesn't look like they're getting attacked though. Doesn't look like they're about to get attacked either, so that's interesting. Completely irrelevant though. It's not going to affect us in any way really. And yeah, I'm just going to keep the money in the bank for now. How many turns can this actually hold out for? Just 4 turns. I'm fairly happy just to time that out. Don't want to be fighting things in the town square. That doesn't tend to go well. And I guess it was always the plan to retrain these, so let's actually spend the money on that. I think that's okay. Then we at least have them. And we'll hopefully make some money back from taking Palma. This spy, I do want to move him, I do want to keep exploring, but oh, we do actually have one here as well, don't we? I think there's a settlement here on the east coast, so let's go have a look for that.
Not possible, sir. On my
Oh,
way.
he's having some trouble there. Yeah, I want to keep this guy where he is because, oh, he's having trouble too. because I want to keep an eye on these two Carthaginian armies, which I don't think are going to actually do anything at all. So we'll see if they get destroyed when we take Palma out. Let's just end the turn. As he's actually coming to fight us, so here we go. It's in our favour, and I'm hoping if we can take advantage of the fact that we have isolated him, we can take the faction leader out on his own, and then deal with the others separately. But it's the faction leader who's going to come in from the flanks, so I'm probably going to need to keep my equites ready for him. He should be coming from behind our army. No. He should be coming from the left, I think. No. To the right? I think he's coming to the right, isn't he? We'll have a look. Won't make a difference anyway, we should be able to adapt. Start deployment. Right, so it's mostly town militia. Our own infantry should be able to take that, I think. For some reason it has given the general to the weakest unit. I think that does tend to happen though. Right, let's put those in a group. These guys are going to be good for harassing the infantry as well. These guys likewise, let's put them all together. Then these two, I'm not sure if they're going to be enough to take on the general on their own. I suspect probably not, so in fact, let's actually keep them all together, because I think we're going to need all three of those units.
The ferryman will be busy today.
And yeah, he has to come for us, to be fair, so that's good to know. But in the absence of any actual ranged units, we can hopefully weaken him a bit. As, where is he coming from? His backup is coming from kind of to the right, but also behind him. Yeah, let's just try and harass these as much as we can before they get to our infantry. In fact, there's no real reason to engage at all, so let's actually pull back quite a lot and bring these guys over here. Just waste as much ammo as possible. He shouldn't catch up to us. Where's that general? He's over here. Right, that's dangerously close, but I think we're gonna just about avoid that. That's good. We're fighting, are we? They've caught up to us somehow. Just fighting our cavalry, I think. That's fine. Just get away from there. We don't want to involve that at all. And let them run all over the place and wear themselves out. You guys fire at will. Annoyingly, town militia are going to try and chase down our equites. We're just going to run away from them. Hopefully, we don't have to fight them at all. Keep a close eye on what's going on with the infantry. But we are going to have to try and fight these directly. I think we're going to have to try and hit these. Very close there. They could actually hit us in the back, which is annoying. Okay, we've at least dealt with the backup army, so that's good. We can throw everyone into fighting the general now, if he can hold out against this charge. Which I suspect he will. Okay, he's lost confidence, but unfortunately we've been flanked there. Oh, we've killed him though. Okay, excellent. So his unit's not going to disappear, but he's not going to disappear in this fight necessarily. But once the fight's over, I'm pretty sure that's it. Can't come back. You guys just need to get the hell away from there. Oh, he's gone. They're gone.
They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Okay, I thought this would be tougher than it was, but that's good. Lost one unit of equites, but that's fine. Most of them are still alive. Let's hit these guys in the back. You guys just need to stay away. Go on skirmish mode. Chase these down, in fact. Right, let's route them one unit at a time. These guys should go down first. think they're going to rout straight away. Okay, they're gone. Good. One more to go. And again, these guys should rout almost immediately. I'm not sure we even need to take the losses. Let's not do it. Let's just get away from them. You guys should be on skirmish mode. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Oh, I did tell them to attack, didn't I? Okay. Let's just move them as far away as possible. Try and form up behind these. I don't know if we do need to fight these, because if the king is dead, I guess we're kind of stuck fighting them. If the king is dead, then they've already lost their last town.
The enemy show their true virtue.
But whatever, let's chase them down just to absolutely make sure. Hopefully, no more losses. No friendly fire. Nope. No friendly fire, that's good. Fight's over. Okay, that was not bad in the end. We've actually got a few usable units left that we can send over to Iberia and use them against the Spanish. I think the Spanish are actually doing really badly though. I'm not sure if they're at war with the Gauls. I should probably check that. Right. We've got Palma, but... Ah, okay. So they're still there, but they've turned to rebels. That's interesting. But yeah, that's Carthage gone. And the town is still unhappy, even after being exterminated. Greece, you want a ceasefire? I asked them to be... I don't know how protectorates work on this game. I'm tempted by the ceasefire, I am. I was pretty much going after something like that anyway. But I do it just for payment. It's tempting to go and attack roads and take roads, especially because we'll get a free unit if we can take on the blockaded port. I'm going to say no for now, and I'm going to try and get something like that later on. Numidia, I don't know if they also want a ceasefire. I think they're just trying to bribe us. Oh crap. Here we go. Okay, he gets back up, we don't get back up. We're just gonna quietly back away. Yeah, we're on the ships, that's good. Being attacked by a weaker rebel navy, that doesn't make any sense. And we took some losses, but it's fine. Man of the hour, who's this guy? The guy in Palma, I assume. He's only 21, and he's got 2 command stars, that's much more promising, let's accept that. Oh, he's not. Who's that man of the hour? Adoption not completed. He died. What? I'm confused by that, but okay. So there is this big rebel force here, which is the remainder of the Carthaginian army. I don't think they're going to move though, so that's fine. Our Roman allies have joined us against Thrace. They got 3 doomstacks here, and a 4th doomstack on its way. I don't even know where these are coming from. Like, even at the beginning when I looked, I'm sure they didn't have enough to do that. There's no way. There's no way we're gonna keep Sparta alive. The most annoying thing about it is that we weakened the Greeks and ourselves trying to take it. I mean, we still got the money for exterminating it, but we weakened ourselves trying to take it, and that only did Thrace some favours. They've left themselves completely open at the back for the Brutii to attack them, but nothing seems to be happening. But at least our whole army is together now. Can I prevent them from... Let's try it.
Yes, Captain. Splitting the troops.
I want to see if I can prevent them from actually attacking me. At least we've got everyone together now, and then this force here, something's gone wrong there graphically. There's still a red arrow. Let's move this towards Rhodes, and let's attack Rhodes, get ourselves a free unit, and wait, before we do that,
Fleet ready. Aye, aye, Captain.
pick up the diplomat.
Set sail. Aye, Captain. Set sail.
Your Honor. Boarding ship.
Aye, Captain.
And yeah, let's grab the free unit, and then after that we'll go for a ceasefire. We'll get some money off them. I don't want Rhodes, because I think Rhodes puts us dangerously close to Pontus, and I really don't want to fight Pontus. I find Pontus really boring to fight. I just find them to be one of the most boring factions in the game, because they just have such a boring roster of units. They don't really have any units that are particularly unique or special. I think they've got like Cappadocian cavalry, which are like inferior cataphracts. So, nothing too exciting really. Right, we can finally get a ship right now, and I think surely if we buy some peasants, we can now put them on a normal tax rate, and the population growth is finally slowing, but they're not too happy. Let's start off some. We go with daily games and races. That's so expensive. But that's how we finally end the growth. And hopefully keep Carthage stable. And we'll try and get the money back with our shipwright and lots of other buildings. We can also potentially get a market. Is that an option? Crop rotation would increase population growth again. But I think that's okay. Circus Maximus. Very good Equites is an option. Very expensive though. Not going to be able to do that for some time. I'm kind of bummed out I couldn't get that Man of the Hour. We're more popular with the masses, that's good. We need that if we need to betray the Romans at some point, but still a way off being able to do that. People still dying in Capua. Perhaps this is growing as well. We can't afford this. We need more income. Sacking Palma didn't really accomplish too much. I think we're going to have to move on and start attacking the Spanish as soon as possible. Where's this final town? Carthage Nova, that was a Carthage town. And they have got a large force there actually. Huge in fact. But their other force, their other town, I think is fairly weak. So yeah, the whole lot of Carthage is still around. Both armies. That's fine. I think we can avoid them. I think we can just go around. And we will have to kill them at some point to improve public order. But are they in our lands? I think they are. That would explain the general lack of public order here. If we step out of town, I'm not sure how unhappy they'll be. Probably quite unhappy though. Try leaving a couple of Hastati behind. And I think we want to go east first because we want to take out the stronger force before we do anything else. Let's see, is this fixable? No, it is definitely not. Okay. In that case, what we might do is just send a small force to take Scalabis. Most of the Equites, some Principes, and we're going to leave all this stuff behind. Okay, they're kind of happy now. It should be safe to send the Numidian mercenaries and a couple of Equites at least. Okay, they're unhappy. 65% though, that's manageable. If we get the peasants in, maybe we should send one back. Now I want to avoid these guys altogether. Just go take that, and I shouldn't really be recruiting peasants because if they do attack us from the east, which they probably will, we're going to want an actual decent garrison here, but we still need to save money so that we can actually get the Imperial Palace in Lilybaeum, and then Thapsus, which is going to be a massive outlay of 13,000 denarii. Carthage is finally gone. It's good. And we are really struggling for money. Still got that graphical glitch there. Okay, let's have a look. What are we up against? Can we see more of it? Surely we can. There's a family member. He's got just a good mix of units all round, to be frank.
Sir, fleet ready. Imperator, ready to sail.
I'm going to send this guy to the south. I think it might be worth picking up Flavius the Lewd. And also, actually, should have done this a while ago, but we need to move these guys on too. Potentially leave Placus behind. And send Marcellus out. They're about the same age. +1 farming output. That's good, because I think Lepsis Magna is going to take ages to grow, so let's actually leave that on him. Leave the Priest of Vulcan, take the Turncoat Slave, give it to Marcellus. +1 command when defending, we'll send that over to Carthaginian Turncoat. That's not really going to do anything, but we'll send it over. It's at least kind of a military retinue. And let's start moving some of these guys out. So I'm going to actually step Placus out just for like 1 turn so that the general moves over to Quintus. Quintus deal with this? Probably not. I suppose I should deal with that before I go to the east. Okay. What have they actually got? Thel Militia is probably going to be fairly weak all round.
General, order.
Let's see, how unhappy will they be?
Forward. Joining forces.
Not that bad, to be honest. I think we're fairly safe just to send these guys out. Let's also send the cav.
Imperator, splitting the troops. March, sir.
And these guys are going to be fairly useless. In fact, all of these are going to be useless, so it's fine. Something like that.
Leaving the army. Imperator, prepare for
Attack
battle.
these.
Victory!
What have they got? Peasants, Iberian infantry, and 1 unit of town militia, so that's going to be
Prepare for battle.
very easy surely, but we should still do it because auto-resolve is not reliable at all. Okay, let's send our massive force of cavalry behind them. Right on the desert here, which is cool. Are they coming to attack us? I think they might be. That's fine. I want the cavalry to deal with the rebel general, and then after that it should be fairly easy to deal with the rest. You guys should not be going that way, that doesn't make any sense. I think possibly we can't traverse the full terrain here. That might explain why they're going a stupid way around. Just go to the left. Don't fight the peasants, but if we have to, we can rout them pretty much immediately. Try and catch these out. I can see that these guys are definitely going for the peasants. I want them to not do that. You guys likewise ignore. Everyone ignore. Is this our factionaire? He's not, is he? I'm reluctant to actually get involved now. Don't want to lose a general. Where's the other guy? Oh, we didn't bring the factionaire. Yeah, these are the actual 2 generals we want to keep, so gotta be careful here. Not to lose them for no reason. But surely he will rout any moment. Massively in our favour. Or he's just going to let himself get killed, that's fine.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Okay, they're routing, that's good. Let's go finish them off. Don't want to get involved in too many fights. Final unit up there, let's just go route that thing. Bring them back round. Shouldn't reach us, should be fine. Oh, we're actually routing, that's bad. Let's hope the Equites can get to them before too many of them die. Should be on their way, a couple of units. Should route them straight away. Once we hit them in the back, even better. Perfect.
The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield. This is a heroic.
Okay, that's fine. That should improve the public order situation at Leptis Magna and should enable us to actually send a force to the east. Originally my intention for that was, of course, to finish off Numidia, but I don't want to lose Sparta. I don't want all this effort we've been putting into establishing ourselves in Greece to go to naught, so let's actually send everyone in this direction. That's about as far as we can go. Couple of units. We don't want to do that. I'm not sure if I can stop these individual units from travelling, but obviously we don't want to be bringing the peasants. Those guys should go to Leptis Magna instead. You guys should join up. And Flaccus is just going to be the governor of Leptis Magna, or possibly he should go to Carthage instead. It's going to be worth much more. Or even Thapsus, just to keep them happy, because they're going to get seriously unhappy soon with the lack of the Imperial Palace. And I think that's fine. I want to keep the money in the bank for now. I'm not going to do too much else. Let's just end the turn. As it looks like this could be the end for the Seleucid Empire. Numidia's still trying to bribe. I don't think I've ever seen that actually work though. Spain clearly spying on us. Unfortunately I can't recruit assassins, and yeah, they are gonna... They're gonna attack these. What have they got? Lots of Fogsmen. Frankly, they get bonus damage against our Principes. That's not gonna work out, we just have to back off. Ah, crap. I thought they'd go into the ships. Okay. They're all gonna die. Did they not go into the ships from there? I'm sure they could have. Okay, fine. Let's take out as many as we can. This is really not ideal. We're going to lose all these units for pretty much nothing. Okay, the way we're going to do this is we're keeping the Triarii in the back, keeping everyone else in the front, fire at will stance, or mode. And we're just going to take out as many as we can, as soon as we can. Triarii should be good against cavalry if we need to send them out. And these might be the only Triarii we get as well, so let's enjoy them while we have them. Best thing about the Triarii is the way they shout their name.
Triarii! Triarii! Triarii!
I've never really used them much, to be honest. It's saying it's not massively against us, but I think it is. It's not like we can outflank them with cavalry. Just got the one type of unit. I'm gonna have to wait for them to actually get to us. We've gone right to the back, so hopefully they'll be slightly worn out when they get here. General's bodyguard, if we can take that out, that'd be huge. Whatever they are going to do, they're going to do it as cleverly as they can, which might not necessarily mean too much. They're staying a long way away, but they're going to have to come for us eventually. Archers and things like that, we just have no way of dealing with them at all. Okay, they're coming forward now. Perhaps we should spread ourselves out a bit more. Okay, so in terms of infantry, they've got the Folksmen on the flanks, the phalanx, militia hoplites actually there. Militia hoplites as the front line. I think probably a few phalanx pikemen too, or just militia hoplites. Okay, militia hoplites are a bit more manageable. Hopefully we can hit them with a couple of volleys before anything too bad happens. Send the Triarii over to try and rout the Falksmen if we can. They are going to do some nasty damage to us. We've actually routed them. Got very poor morale, which is good. Right, actually, pause this. We want everyone on guard mode. We don't want anything stupid happening.
Units, guard position.
Okay, lots of volleys going into the general there, which is good. See if we can get the Triarii to get involved. They've lost a few. Let's fight them. See how this is going. Folksman pretty confident here. Yeah, we've lost one unit there. Fine, that's to be expected, and the mass rout begins. Even the Triarii, I thought those guys are supposed to actually have good morale, but yeah, complete collapse.
But our Roman glory lies in tatters after this defeat.
I got some real false hope there from the Falksmen routing, but nope, didn't work out at all. Oh, okay, they've been surrounded by now 3 doom stacks. It's brutal for them. There's absolutely no point fighting this one out. We've got 6,000 men. My PC, frankly, could not handle it. We've got to let them go. Clear defeat. At least we got 100 kills. I was hoping for more. They're still going. 2,000 men they're fighting here. They've got like, what, like 8,000 men here? No, I think it is just the 6... It must be like 7,000 men, yeah. 7,000 men coming to attack Sparta. There's nothing we can do. How have they not gone on the ships? I don't understand. That's a complete waste of 6 fairly decent units.
Ready to sail.
Very sad.
Fleet ready.
Let's at least get 1 free unit if we go and attack these docks. I don't know if we can though. Don't think we can. The Pontus. Britannia's gone to war with Gaul. That should be in Britannia's favour, and Britannia is like our one ally, so that's cool. Admiral Lentulus. What's happened to him? He's stuck. He's stuck behind Pontus. Pontus is just such an annoying faction. Anyway, it's not looking too good. It's really not looking too good for Sparta. Our faction leader is still alive for now, but he's surrounded by 6,000 men. It's not looking good for my PC either. I don't know if it's actually going to be able to handle a fight with that many men. Probably not. Especially not while recording. I think, yeah, our numbers are slowly thinning out too, which is unfortunate. But surely they're not going to time us out. Surely they're going to go for an attack soon. And to be frank, even the units we could send as backup are not really going to get the job done. There's not enough of them. How are these guys still left?
Imperator.
I think I'll just fight that one off screen because it's not going to be an interesting fight at all. But yeah, Sparta, I don't think it's going to survive. It looks like it's going to go down at any moment, but we're still going to go ahead and go for a war with Spain because hopefully that will make us more money than it loses. You guys are not too happy, but not too unhappy either. Let's get some Principes. And you should be making some money now. We can also get the Mines +1, I think they're called. And that's just free money pretty much, if you're willing to invest. But not going to be able to do that for some time. Palma is in revolt. Should have dropped them to a low tax rate from the get-go in hindsight, but that's fine. So we've got a real challenge here. We're going to have to try and keep Sparta alive somehow. I think there's absolutely no chance. 4-1 outnumbered. There's no chance at all, but I don't want to completely give up on it. So what we might have to do is see how it plays out with the Brutii, and then come in, mop up whatever's left. But they just seem to be completely ignoring the Brutii and going for us instead, which is very sad. And very hopeless. But we'll see how all that stuff plays out in the next part, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time for what will almost certainly be the fall of Sparta again.